First Amendment rights include the freedom to record public servants in action, like police officers, a practice many cop watchers and First Amendment auditors like Carolina Rodriguez uphold to ensure police transparency. But what happens when this right is challenged? Newly released video footage shows Rodriguez's arrest by the Fort Worth police, where she ended up battered and bruised, looking like someone who's been through a 12-round fight. This incident raised a lot of significant concerns about the treatment of citizen journalists in the enforcement of public duties. Let's get into it. Before diving into some of the dramatic details from Rodriguez's arrest, let's explore the world of First Amendment orders or cop watchers.
Something?
Huh?
Need help with something?
Nah, not really.
Okay, I'm gonna go. I'm live.
Huh?
What are you taking pictures of us for?
Excuse me?
Sure. I'm asking why you're taking photos.
You're asking too many questions.
If you've been on this channel, you've seen I did talk about many of them. My favorites is Long Island Audit and the Tyrant Terminator. These individuals or groups take it upon themselves to film police and other public officials in the line of duty. Their goal is to ensure transparency and accountability in law enforcement.
Don't tell me what to do.
You have to come.
I asked you to leave.
I'm going to tell you what to do.
I know you're going to tell me what to do.
Don't touch me.
They are making sure that the rights of citizens are upheld. Often these videos aim to test if public officials respect citizens' constitutional rights, especially the right to record in public places. And unfortunately, many of the times, public officials either are completely ignorant of our rights or just blatantly violating them.
Mind if I get your name and badge number, sir?
Oh, you're one of those.
I'm asking you a question.
I'm asking you one as well, ma'am. Who are you?
I'll talk to security.
Not in here is restricted area.
No, it's not.
Okay, you're one of those.
Are you one of those?
Hey, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 officers, 8 officers, 9 officers. Okay, I'm just making sure I'm counting the officers that was.
You've already recorded this part, so then you.
Well, this part. Well, this part.
So you want to go to the stairs this way and we'll walk out?
Walk out where?
These videos can quickly gain traction on social media. They're extremely dramatic because, again, you have people, cops, public officials, not understanding constitutional rights.
Exercise your Fifth Amendment right to remain silent, bro. Stop talking, man. They're not your friends, bro. As friendly as they are, they're not your friends. Their purpose is to put you in jail, bro.
It's kind of scary when you think about it. These videos can amass a lot of views, and watching them does spark a lot of debates on police conduct and civil liberties. Carolina Rodriguez is one such cop watcher. She has a YouTube channel. It's called CFV Carolina Fort Worth, dedicating to documenting police activity. She's just a part of a larger movement of citizen journalists who monitor and film police to ensure accountability. Her channel features numerous videos where she records police interactions, emphasizing the importance of transparency and civil rights. Rodriguez's work has gained her a following among viewers who are interested in seeing how police conduct themselves in various situations. Her aim is to hold law enforcement accountable and provide a public record of their actions. So this is where things get extremely violent. On the night of her arrest, Rodriguez was doing what she often does, record police activity for her YouTube channel. This time, her night took a violent turn.
In the last hour, Fort Worth police did release some body camera video from an incident last weekend that has led now to a use of force investigation.
So the woman in the video, she says she was assaulted by the officers. She sat down with our Amelia Magavro to give her side of the story.
I have bad injuries. I have bruises all everywhere.
With a visible black eye.
So just right there, it looks like she was in a battle, right? Looks like she was fighting, like she was in a boxing match, and she probably didn't win that boxing match, right? So just look at her face, and then you're gonna see exactly what she was doing, and then we'll have a conversation. You can put in the comments below, what do you think? She was wrong? Were the cops wrong? So I want to check out some of this footage in this video right here.
Carolyn Rodriguez speaking to us for the first time since she was arrested, claiming a Fort Worth officer used excessive force while arresting her this weekend.
This arm right here, I can barely move it, and so the elbow was knocked out of the socket.
She calls herself a First Amendment auditor and has created her own YouTube channel to document actions by Fort Worth police.
My motivation is to keep the people that don't know their rights safe.
She said she was driving around the West 7th area when she saw officers in a parking lot around 3 a.m. Sunday and started following and recording them for more than 20 minutes.
Hey ladies, hey ladies, hey ladies, hey Kruger. They had no police tape up, they had no lights in the area.
Fort Worth police releasing this body camera video Wednesday afternoon, showing the officer asking Rodriguez to move and then arresting her and shoving her onto the ground. Rodriguez claims she was knocked unconscious.
I don't remember an officer hitting me, but I remember him tackling me, grabbing me from behind. And the next thing I know is I woke up in the hospital.
That is insane. There's actually more footage we'll be watching. There's a few other videos that talked about this, but she was holding a camera mount. She was filming. They told her to step back, and it went from step back to we need to tackle you to the ground. That seems to be a bit excessive. Let me know in the comments below, but that seemed to me a bit excessive.
Chained to the bed, handcuffed to the bed.
Police tell us Rodriguez was...
What happened? From that step back to you gonna look like that if you don't step back.
Was taken to the hospital and also booked into jail on charges including resisting arrest and interference of public duties. Rodriguez says she plans to file a civil suit against the department. And meanwhile, Fort Worth City Council is also planning to hold an executive session on this incident this coming Friday.
All right, let's check out some more footage on this. That's a bit aggressive. Her face should not look like that for all she was doing. She said she was resisting arrest. Was she? Well, let's keep watching.
A Fort Worth police officer is at the center of an investigation following allegations of excessive use of force. A woman was sent to the hospital for injuries she sustained during her arrest early Sunday morning near West 7th. Video of the incident circulating online. Here's Alicia Barrera.
Good evening. Councilman Chris Nettles, as well as several community members, are pushing for an executive session to happen, as today was the last meeting for city leaders. However, now they'll be back Friday to hear directly from police on what exactly happened Sunday morning. Carolyn Rodriguez showed up to Fort Worth City Council chambers today, bruised and still in shock.
Like my arm is really sore, my back is really sore, my neck's really sore.
She looks absolutely terrible. Like she was slammed into the ground. Did she need to be slammed into the ground? Now they're using the resisting arrest. And look, what looked like to me what happened is someone tripped her so hard onto the ground, her face went flat onto that concrete for those kind of bruises to be happening.
It was Sunday around 3 a.m. that she was streaming a live video on YouTube in the city's entertainment district. During this occasion, things escalated after she asked police and a tow truck driver why they were towing away vehicles.
They're saying, okay, we're gonna tow this, we're gonna tow that. Let's see, what are we gonna do?
At some points, using profanity.
That's the spirit, say up.
And after she closely approaches.
So what? You can use curse words, so that's not much of anything there. She's recording. She has her rights. Yeah, First Amendment rights. Unless she threw a threat out there, which I didn't hear, cursing is legal in public, from what I can recall, or at least in terms of my understanding of the law. You can curse at the cops. You know, doesn't mean you need to get your face slammed into the ground.
Two female officers.
How do you know if they paid or not? Ladies, hey ladies, hey ladies, hey ladies, hey.
A male officer can be heard giving Rodriguez commands to go on the other side of the street, telling her there's an investigation underway. But Rodriguez refuses.
There's no evidence, there's no nothing.
You can go to the other side of the street, you're gonna get arrested. I'm not warning you.
She was arrested, taken to the hospital, and faces 4 charges.
I had a concussion, my shoulder was taken out of joint, my elbow was taken out of joint.
Councilman Chris Nettles pushing for
That's a lot to happen. Again, well, there's another video that they captured that shows more of a wide angle of what exactly happened. But she got her ass kicked.
Transparency from police after watching the nearly 7-minute video.
It was just completely alarming.
And while an internal investigation is underway at Fort Worth PD, the department said the officers' duties have not changed. Now, Nettles, Rodriguez, and other community members are demanding for body camera video to be released.
There's still a lot of answers that we want. This might give them a little push to do that.
But as we continue to check out some more videos about this, if there was an investigation, where's the crime scene tape? What's going on? Could this have been a more civil conversation? It seems like the Carolina knew one of the police officers. They couldn't just talk in a calm, professional way. Did they have to go to that level? So now we're going to see another camera angle. We'll see exactly what happened here.
Tonight, and Fort Worth police just released new footage from a case involving use of force. A woman was recording investigators at a crime scene when a police officer arrested her, knocking her unconscious in the process.
It's clear from that video, the live stream, that the 60-year-old thought the police she was recording were just towing cars. Fort Worth PD says they were actually investigating a hit and run, though they'd not put up cones or crime scene tape yet. This new video shows the officer get out of his car and
he slams that woman down. Let me see if I want to show it. I want to see if you guys can see it. Let's mute this for a second. There's an investigation. Carolina's asking some questions. It's a public. You're talking to public servants, the people that we pay our tax dollars to. They support and protect the community. She's asking questions about what's going on the scene. They're saying it's an investigation. They throw the threat of being arrested, and then this dude, and we'll talk about this cop later on in the video, spins around and slams a 60-year-old woman to the ground and bashes her face on the concrete, the asphalt of this parking lot. Let's look at it again. So this I have it muted. So you see him grabbing her in a spin, and she just flops onto the ground like he was trying to take down a 200-pound man. Why did it go from 0 to 100 like that? It's insane.
From that video, the live stream, that the 60-year-old thought the police she was recording were just towing cars. Fort Worth PD says they were actually investigating a hit and run, though they'd not put up cones or crime scene tape yet. This new video shows the officer get out of his car, instruct Rodriguez to go across the street, and then sling her to the ground. We'll show you the officer's body camera video too, which does have audio. Note that he calls Rodriguez by the name she uses on her YouTube page.
They know each other. They have prior communication.
Caroline, we're busy. Go to the other side of the street.
So they know, the dude knows who she is. Carolina, first name, we're busy.
You can go.
Christian, there's no nothing.
You can go to the other side of the street or you're going to get arrested. I'm not warning you again.
What are you talking about?
Go to the other side of the street right now.
Wait, tell me why first.
We're doing an
You're under arrest. Turn around. Put your hands behind your back.
Okay.
Stop.
I don't know if you noticed the spin and how she hits her head on that ground. So look at it again.
You're under arrest. Turn around. Put your hands behind your back. Stop.
She falls head first on the ground. That's why she has a concussion, and that's why she has that black eye. That was, in my opinion, I'm not a police officer, will never become one. I wouldn't pass a drug test. This is something that I believe is very excessive, and she has a lawsuit. This should have not went to that degree so quickly. She's not resisting, she's knocked out. She says she only remembers when she was at the hospital, handcuffed to the bed.
Now, Rodriguez was knocked unconscious. You can hear snoring in that video police provided, which ends before we can really see and hear what happens next. This is what Rodriguez looked like on Monday on the way home from the hospital. Fort Worth police have not identified that officer, but they say they've reassigned him to a position off the streets until their investigation is over. I just spoke to a former police officer who reviewed that video and did not want to be named. He tells me that officer was too forceful. Given Rodriguez's size, her behavior during the arrest, her age, and what she was being arrested for. He also noted that the other two officers did not appear to be threatened by her presence.
No shit. That seems to be pretty obvious. So let's get to this officer. I saw another video on YouTube talking about this guy's history. That police officer who slammed her into the ground, that he has some prior issues of being a terrible cop.
So the cop that slammed Carolina Fort Worth, I looked him up, and it seems like he's been in trouble before for being violent. He's actually been fired from the city of Irving, Texas. And the only reason I found this, I'm guessing, is because when he was terminated from that department, he sued the city of Irving, Texas for an administrative appeal in the district court of Dallas County. So basically, he was crying about being fired, so he wanted his job back. From what I was reading, it seems like they gave him his job back. But from what I read, he is a violent dude. And this is in the city of Irving, Texas, guys. So this was back in 2013, I think, when the incident happened. And he ended up suing in 2014. And like I said, I think they gave him his job back, and they lifted it from the termination to a 15-day suspension.
So like I said, this officer, Kruger, and Carolina knew each other to a point where he knew her YouTube channel. So the idea that he would do this seems to be a bit bizarre.
About a week before I had this talk with Officer Kruger, my friend Manuel Mata was arrested at gunpoint for jaywalking, and the supervisor took Officer Kruger's side, and we never did find that body camera. And if you're blue, you never go against anybody who's blue, because if you do that, the whole team will ostracize you. And you're out there alone and you will have to quit. Hey, when's the last time you falsified a police report? Oh, last week! I said, when's the last time you falsified a police report?
I never falsified a police report.
Haven't? Do you know what jaywalking is?
Middle mile.
Do you know jaywalking occurs between two lights, and there wasn't two lights over here?
Are you referring to jaywalking as a concept or jaywalking as a statute?
It's a statute.
You're stupid.
There is
There's
no
only
statute.
one. This is the concept.
No. Jaywalking is not a real thing.
Man, you got a little bitch woman's voice. Speak up, man.
So jaywalking is like a
Sounds like a
concept.
woman when
Hang
you
on.
talk.
You're gonna make me cry. Jaywalking is a concept.
So it looks like he had a problem with this particular woman and he reacted the way he did. He does not like this woman. Clearly, the woman and this other dude was mocking him. And if you are behaving that way, you probably should not be a police officer. It takes a lot of patience and you still have to perform your duties, even if they're calling you names. And it looks like you're falsifying a report anyway. So you already have some level of corruption, but you could tell that he knew who she was and was tired of her nonsense, right? Her nonsense, and decided to abuse her. And now it looks like he is going to lose his job. He has to have some level of discipline. I would say, you know what, if he got a prior history of being fired, even though he was able to get his job back, he probably should be taken off the force. That's just my opinion on it. I do enjoy watching Tyrant Terminator because he likes to use that word de-escalate. Yo, de-escalate. Well, that police officer right there escalated quickly. He gets out of his police SUV, approaches Rodriguez, says, Caroline, we're busy. Go to the other side of the street. She says, no, I'm not going. What for? There's no investigation. There's no nothing. The officer warns her again, stating that she'll be arrested if she didn't move. She questions him again, and then it went to where it went. And look at the injuries. Those injuries were severe. Her eye socket and her cheeks were bruised up. She suffered a concussion, needed stitches on her lip, and had her elbow and shoulder knocked out of joint. The Fort Worth Police Department announced that they are investigating this incident through their major case and internal affairs unit to ensure that all actions complied with their policies and procedures. They also provided access to the investigation to the Office of Police Monitor for transparency. So we'll see what happens. I know they're going to have another session with public comments talking about the situation. I will link the channel of Carolina to follow, support her. That was totally unnecessary, devastating in terms of just being beat up like that for little to nothing. That wasn't a threat. He could have continued to talk to her. He didn't need to slam her into the ground like that, and he should not be a police officer. But let me know what you guys think about this story. Put in the comments below. Thank you for taking time to watch this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video.